So in this question, we are asked to express x squared plus 3x minus 10 in the completed square form. So that's what I'm going to start off with. So if we have x squared, we already have a 1 in front of the x squared, so we're good to go. If, for example, there was a 2 in front of that x squared, you'd have to divide the whole line by 2. So we have x squared plus 3x. Now, 3 there would be the b. So you half the b, you square it, and you add it on. So half of 3 is going to be 3 over 2. So we're going to add 3 over 2 to be squared. And then we're going to subtract 3 over 2 to be squared, because we can't just add something in. And then you take away 10. So this part here now forms a perfect square. And we can rewrite that as x plus 3 over 2 to be squared, minus 9 over 4, because it would be 3 by 3, which is 9, and 2 by 2, which is 4. And then I'm going to change the 10 to quarters. So that's going to be 40 quarters. So x plus 3 over 2 to be squared minus 49 over 4. So from that, we can say that our minimum turning point, well, we know it's a minimum because it's a U-shaped graph, but our turning point is going to be minus 3 over 2. Remember, if you take it out of the bracket with the x, you change the sign, and this just stays as it is, and minus 49 over 4. So that would be 12 and a quarter, 12.25. So that's your minimum turning point. You also have to, draw the sketch of the curve, indicating clearly where the curve intersects the x-axis and y-axis. So where it intersects the x-axis, we let that expression equal to 0, and we just solve it like a quadratic. So we have x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. You want to factorize that. So we have x and x, 5 and 2, and it's going to be a plus 5 and a minus 2. And then you let each bracket equal to 0, so you end up there with x minus 2 equals 0, so x is equal to 2. And x plus 5 equals to 0, so x is equal to minus 5. And then your y coordinate, what you do is you want to let x equal to 0. So y is equal to 0 squared plus 3 times 0 minus 10. So y is equal to minus 10. So that set of coordinates then would be 0, minus 10. This would be 2, 0, and minus 5, 0. So let's go ahead now and plot that on the next page. So I've just written down our parts that we already have figured out. So we're going to mark those in. We know that I'm going to change the color of the pen. The y-intercept is 0, minus 10, so we can mark that in there. We know that the roots are minus 5, 0, which is here, and 2, 0. And we know that the minimum turning point is minus 1.5 and minus 12.25. So we can put that about there. Now that will be the line of symmetry for that graph. So what you could do if you wanted to is you could go and pop that into your calculator using your table format and find the other points between minus 5 and 2 if you wanted to draw it really, really accurately. But this should be enough to sketch it. So you want to bring it down to this point. That's the minimum point. And then bring it up like that. Now it's a bit wonky on the screen like this, but you'll have a much more smooth line with a pencil. Okay, and that's your solution for that one.